First up we got is the Magus. The Magus according to the book. Look around you. The magic tools are offered to you. Chalice, pentacle, coin, torch, and sword. There are new opportunities in the air. What can you do? What do you lack? What would you like to try? Do not say rashly, I cannot do this or that. You are equipped with universal gifts. The torch is your willingness to experience yourself and your possibilities across the entire spectrum. The magnet symbolizes the magician in all of us. Magic, the possibility of the impossible, means to be one with the cosmos, with God and the world. The number one is among the indivisible numbers which appear in the tarot, which appear in the tarot. Yeah, invisible card, individual in Latin. As a magician, you will succeed in managing unique wonders on your life's journey, which are easy and natural for you. Just like other people accomplish magic on their individual paths, that will always remain out for each other for you because their way is not yours. Do not go in the footsteps of the masters. Find what they sought. Zen, saying, build on your uniqueness, your charm, your wit, and your inventiveness. Love for the Magnus. If you're in love, feel the magic that lives in you. And if you fall in love, the magic in you will only need to be awakened. Happiness. You are a very special person. Do not worry. No one can take away your strictly personal opportunities. They are offended to you alone. They are offered to you alone. Success. Do not take a fool of yourself. The key to success lies in the presence of mind and personal presence. The Magus card. The High Priestess. There she sits, seriously, worthy, mysterious, and known. The High Priestess was once the initiated, the oracle that you could ask for advice and help. The card can sometimes advise that you should go professional advice. Basically, you can and must, however, help yourself. You are in the midst of contradictions of life, and that's good. Live your life if you want to know what is right for you and what to do and what to interpret your experiences. Look at your experiences and learn from unfamiliar life experiences from books and stories. Connect yourself with everything and then look inside yourself. Form your own opinion. Find the resources that will help you to understand the inner voice. For example, tarot cards are meditation, dream interpretations, or writings in your diary. Learn to interpret your feelings, dreams, and premonitions. Take it seriously, but not at face value. Muster the courage to live according to your values. The time will come to set boundaries to protect your private sphere. Another time will lead to you opening the walls to the outside to facilitate the exchange of feelings. Love. General advice does not help. It's your life and you shall see and enjoy its fruits. You can laugh, cry, and sing. Stay true to yourself. Happiness. The happiness of self-will, buried, fruitless, fruitless obstinacy, and you will find the meaning of the self, your own mind. Success. Build networks without entangling yourself. Work with many together and preserve yourself. The key to success, self-orientation, and your own opinion. The Priestess. The Empress. The Empress card. This is the card of Venus, the goddess of love and beauty. The proverbial irresistibly of Venus comes from her naturalness and her emotionality, in that she expresses herself in an emotion by which an inseparable unit forms between the interior and exterior. To live this femininity is not just a theme for women, but also for men. Come to grips with your experiences and notions of femininity. Be a good friend, wife, daughter, or mother to yourself and to others. Like everyone else, you embody a certain truth that distinguishes and crowns you. Spare yourself any artificial profiling. Make your emotions fertile, represent and embody your personal nature. This occurs for people and the goals that you love. Take care of your responsibility and your well-being. Let your creative energy run free. It is a question of the enjoyment of life and everyday eroticism. The point is that you are close to yourself, that you do not deceive yourself and accept experience and live your life with love and passion. Love. If you love and are loved, your nature will blossom. Where sense and senses get their chance, love grows, and with it, the beauty of existence. Support your loved ones. Make yourself comfortable. Happiness. Fight for happiness without bitterness and without indifference. Speak to your fellow humans with respect. You will make a real difference and reap rich rewards. Success. The key to success, authenticity and comfort, let it flow to you. The Empress. The Emperor. You have the power, and that's not bad. The Emperor is the power in all of us, which explores new possibilities in life. For the ram, look at the ram heads on the scepter behind the throne. Birth is not a beginning which remains only temporarily. Rather, it represents his life principle to be the first to break new ground and cultivate it. You are the master of your actions. You have the responsibility and the freedom to organize and govern yourself. This applies not only to men, but also to women. Examine your image of masculinity. Guard and protect yourself from the selfishness and disinterest. Try to be the friend, the man, the son, and the father that you would wish you have yourself. To govern yourself means to discover self. Take a chance and enjoy independently, acting without precedence and on your own behalf. I dare you. Love. Even in love, you need power. The capacity to actually achieve something. It is a question of your willingness to engage yourself and ignore boundaries. If you focus your energy and your will, you can move mountains. Happiness. You are the most compelling when you act out of yourself. And do not do half measures, nor anything artificial. Use your personal power. In each of us, there is a king. Talk to him, and he will come forth. Scandinavian proverb. Success. The key to success is a pioneering spirit. You can do it. Take heart. That is the Emperor card. I don't know how to say this, so I'm just gonna give it a shot. The Hierophant. Even in you there lies a priest. You are responsible for your faith. You have something to say, and you share it with others. You carry a unique treasure of experiences and knowledge in you from which others can benefit. You cannot convert anyone or convince them to change. All ultimately decide based on their own experience. Nevertheless, be generous with everything you do. You are orientation and reference point for others. You are an orientation and reference point for others. Everyone is a teacher for each other. Therefore, express yourself and benefit from the experiences of others. This card is to be understood as an invitation for you to become independent in matters of faith. What was once the task of the priest and hierophant is today a subject for all of us. How do we find personal answers for the large and small secrets of life? How do we organize appropriate celebrations and ceremonies? You can find your solutions if you let others in your secrets and if you let others introduce you into their relationships. Thus arises understanding and belief that it is not based on dogma or blind faith, but an experience, love. Let others on your plans and intentions and remain open to what others have to say to you. Happiness. The temple of welcome is everywhere. Reciprocal learning and teaching takes place everywhere. It is important that you confront role models and authorities without arrogance and with a healthy level of self-respect. The key to success. The key to success, your own competence. You can be a guide and model for others. The Hierophant. The Lover's card. This is my card. The Lover's card. The angel hovers over the lovers, the royal children who discover their similarities and their differences. You are strong not only through your partner, and you can reach the summit where you can talk to angels. If you expect the fulfillment of your desires and passions from others, you make yourself dependent and at the same time prevent yourself from entering into deeper equal relationships and encounters. At first glance, this is a card of IDYLL. As a result, the image of various dark sides are included in the picture. To enlighten the dark sides is the beautiful, sophisticated way of life. Paracelsus taught, the more knowledge inherent in a thing, the greater is the love. Love. You are a loving and lovable person. Say yes to you and to your neighbor. Your relationship with others and the relationship to yourself are like two sides of a coin. Do not blame others for your happiness or your misery. You are always free to decide. Well, there's a message. Don't blame others. Card jumping out at you. Do not blame others for your happiness or your misery. You are always free to decide anew. When did you make your last declaration of love to yourself or to others? Happiness. In heaven's view, only one who loves lives. Happiness. In heaven's view, only one who loves lives. I like that. Love is not just a feeling. Love is also the decision to care for and to really understand a person or a thing. Love is an energy state, a way of being that is more beautiful, more alive, and richer than a life without love, and therefore a direct path to happiness. Give yourself time for love. Success. The key to success? A new paradise awaits you. Go there immediately. Go the way of search and recognition. The Lover's card. The Chariot says, you may venture into something. The armor is the hard shell, and the content of the large chalice or bowl in the center of the picture is a soft core. A conscious, flexible I results from the connection of limitation, armor, and openness. The open cup, an awakened I developed by experience. One has to encounter experience and dare to do something. The Sphinxes do not pull the chariot, they just lie in front of it. The mysteries of today prepare the way for tomorrow. You will find chariot, perfectly appropriate way if you take the way of desires. This opens itself up in the question which wishes are useful and which are not. Which fears are justified and which are not. As long as you look for them and practice the answers found, everything that you are doing is worthwhile, even if it might be connected with troubles or detours. Conversely, the finest achievements remain worthless if you do not help yourself along the way of desires. Love. Accept yourself and your neighbor with all your strengths and weaknesses, even with all imperfections and enigmas. But protect yourself from people who cannot or do not want to be their contradictions. Happiness. The way of desires is the way of fulfilling meaningful wishes and the abolition of unjustified fears. The best way to end in happiness. The key to success: be strong and fair in dealing with yourself and others. And this is why it sounds weird when I read it. I swear the book is different. It says, it just says the best way to end in happiness. To end, E-N-D, not A-N-D. So a lot of time I'm reading it sounds weird because the way it's wrote. Adjustment. The adjustment card. Vague and extravagant feelings, thoughts and feelings. become the manager or the conductor of many different simultaneously energies, powers, and duties. You'll do that if you use the contradictions. You'll do that if you use the contradictions and then remove them. Analyze arguments and counter arguments and extract the sum. It is nothing less than a question of being present as a whole person in the moment. Spare yourself and theatrics, gather your strength, and separate yourself from ballast and junk. Often we think that we have too little power and need energy and recognition to recharge like a battery that has become empty. But our life energy is always available. It is just like the sun, sometimes hidden behind clouds. Take conflicts and tasks as challenges that you deal with in a playfully combative manner. They are always affirmations and suggestions wherein a great potential lies, and that is precisely the food needed for your self-confidence. Courage to give criticism and courage to praise are therefore required, but particularly the willingness to distinguish precisely what you can accept and what you will reject. Love, do not hide your feelings behind rational grounds. Represent your convictions courteously and consistently. He who is satisfied can bring peace, happiness. It is better to do research on how to make use of existing strengths than to pay attention to how existing weaknesses can best be criticized. Success. Lean on the vital needs of the head and belly with all participants, and to achieve something also means to view it as one's own. The Hermit. Keep your lamp ready and light up your environment. The card represents the necessary phases of conscious lioness, of meditation, of sinking into practical work or fasting. Seclusion, silence, and reflection are not just something for a rainy day. They are means of concentration, self-awareness, and reassurance that you need for your development. Here, searching and finding are not necessarily the same. Make sure that you arrive. Don't forget the finding. Begin with yourself. In many cases, the words of Francis of Assisi apply. What you are looking for is what is looking. Finally, the card signals a higher degree of responsibility and adjustment. Relieve debt in both the physical and the moral realm. Sow and harvest, multiply the wealth and well-being for you and your fellow man. Love. If I hang on to another person because I cannot stand on my own feet, it can perhaps be a lifesaver, but our relationship is not love. Paradoxically, the ability to be alone is the precondition for the ability to love. Eric Fromm. Happiness. The Hermit embodies a man who solves his problems at the right time and attends to his responsibilities without sweeping anything under the carpet. You too have the opportunity to make yourself and the world far better. Bring the lantern light onto the matter and give yourself the courage to look closely. The key to success. The key to success, come clean and reflect on your heart. The Hermit. Come clean and reflect on your heart, yo. Fortune. You look out onto the carousel of life. Your experiences flow together to form your own world view. You retain the ability to further discover the world, to surprise and amaze yourself, even if everything turns around and your previous experiences reverse. You can find the overview of the whole once again. You know your history and your relationship like the Sphinx on the big wheel. Draw a conclusion from your experiences. The card shows a total of 2 wheels, a perpendicular one in the middle and a horizontal one in the picture above. The personal life wheel and the wheel of fortune mesh like 2 gears. Sometimes it grinds. One wheel will not do as the other. However, sometimes one of the two wheels fits so well into the other that you are lucky and feel happy. Happiness is a talent for destiny. Novalis, novalis. Take an interest in world events, and the world will take interest in you. Wow. Love. A false romanticism promotes illusions, exaggerated generosity, but also exaggerated helplessness. You have to appear on the scene, then you can take the threads in hand. Happiness. You are offered greater opportunities and recognition of the facts. You will find the greatest support. Are you ready to accept your facts? Success. The key to success, the two abilities to look at the matter of life without blinders and to find out the way you really want and to find out what you really want are tried together in a special way. Now the time is right for greater relationships and better solutions. Happiness. Lust. What do you think about lust? Sex and sexuality? Devotion? Ecstasy? This is about personal things, and at the same time, this is also a symbol, an emblem. Lust is a term used to describe the self-purpose of sex. Behind this is the sexuality as an indication of the mysteries of life as a whole. Life secrets such as birth, death, marriage, which are always associated with sexuality, physicality, and nudity, so to speak, pure life. Sexuality and its climax are also an example of a metaphor for how we can focus our entire personal power on the focal points of the movement on every area of life. As the late Wolfgang Nietzsche said, what better than having an orgasm? Always have one. Middle age is not just an indication of time and age. It also denotes the heart, the focus, and the center of vitality. This middle age, as a guideline, is the way of love. Lust and attachment to all energy inside and outside oneself. Love. Choose pleasure as a state of being. This means you are involved with something and become a part of something that is bigger than you. Guard and protect yourself from senseless ideals and against impositions in the name of love and desire. Give your love of life new chance. Happiness. Love thy neighbor as thyself. Yes, you can love yourself. This is not forbidden. Success. The key to success, love in every respect. The love for creation and all living things is the greatest. Lust.